welcome in to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian,
I'm Brandon.
and we are here on this little special 4th of July edition. We're actually recording on a Monday today. We normally do on Sunday, but we had the whole weekend to do a whole lot of things for 4th of July.
Get it all in.
Get everything in. But we first want to thank Angel Grumbine. She came on last week. I thought it was a very good episode. She was upfront, personal, let us know, everything in her life, and I thought it was a really solid episode.
Yeah, and I feel like it's definitely a little tougher for the girls to get on here and be a little bit more vulnerable than it is for us. I feel like for women it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I think women typically don't like to talk about weight and what they do, and me and you really don't care, which
just two fat dudes getting it out there.
Just letting it all air out. But she let us know what was going on, and but overall, thank you, Angel, again. So this weekend is already passed, but today we're going to do a whole 4th of July episode about food. We'll do a little bit of sports, but we're going to jump right into it, and we touched on it last week, Brandon, but food freedom, because this past weekend, there's a lot of food freedom. So what does that mean to you?
I can't even talk. Food freedom to me is, eating something good when you can, or eating good but staying within your realm of your calorie intake. Like just because you're on a diet doesn't mean you just gotta give up all good food.
Yeah, I think that food freedom, obviously you can look up the definition on Google or wherever you want to look it up, and it'll probably be different than the definition me and Brandon give you. But food freedom to me, I'll be honest, on a weekend like this weekend or Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'm going to eat what I want. It really doesn't matter. I work hard all year long, and if somebody wants to give me a banana pudding bowl or whatever, I'm going to eat it. But then having the structure to get right back at it, right? Not just eat, and then going back to chasing those Mondays. You don't want to keep chasing days, but to me, just eat what you want and then move on.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't look forward to eating on holidays? Like, I think we all look forward to eating on holidays. I feel like that's when we see our best food. You got 4th of July, you got cookouts, you got Thanksgiving, you got your turkey, you got, your ham at Christmas, or in our case, you have steak and lobster.
Yeah. Every holiday's different, but I just don't think you can just go and just, like, when I go to mom and dad's, mom has whatever for actually 4th of July. We just went over there yesterday. They had ribs and pork and stew, and God knows I ate 9 bowls of Brunswick stew, but I'm not, I'll just eat what I'm going to eat and then move on to the next day.
Yeah, and I don't think that I have the means to hold back and stay true to being like, I'm just going to eat what I normally eat, just something healthy. Like I feel like when I get to a day like that, it's like, everything goes out the window for me, as bad as it is. But honestly, I don't know that if I didn't do that, if I could sustain this healthy lifestyle. If I don't get something other than something healthy all the time, like I'd be done.
Yeah, but also too, I think knowing your restrictions. Like, yes, if you ask my dad, I know he kept count. I know Lauren kept count, but I went a little overboard on the Brunswick stew yesterday. But typically me and Brandon could hammer a whole rack of ribs.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
Oh,
but then you just eat, maybe half a rack or 4 bones or whatever. You just, you start to keep it down a little bit. But instead of eating just overindulging, just eating a rack of ribs,
Yeah.
and then 4 bowls of stew, and then 2 bowls of banana
Or in
pudding.
your case, 9 bowls of stew.
Whatever it may be, just tell it down. Tell it down just a hair. You still get great food. You just get a
Some moderation.
little bit less portion.
And I mean, like you said, I could have ate a full rack of ribs yesterday, and it's one of my favorite foods. But I only had 4 bones and a little bit of. I think I made me one barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
I could have hammered a whole rack.
Yeah, we could have ate a whole lot of food. But so talking about bringing the food down a little bit, little, as you can tell, a little freedom. July 4th freedom, but mental freedom to losing 200 plus pounds between both of us. So this is a question for both of us, and it's not just the 4th of July holiday, but it's the Thanksgiving, it's the Christmas, it's the Easter, it's whatever holiday. But losing all the weight, how does that affect your holidays? Being with whoever, the kids, the wife, family.
I mean, honestly, it don't affect me on the holidays, if you want to be honest, because like we talked about earlier, was I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Like I'm not eating healthy on these holidays. Like that's the last thing I think about, because all I think about is all this good food. I'm not going to sit here and watch everybody else eat it and then me have to sit out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not even, I guess when I think about it, maybe a little different than you, but when I think about it, I'm thinking like 4th of July, or even, we talked about it prior, but even like Easter, you eat and then everybody wants to go out and play wiffle ball or kickball or whatever little family game we got going on. So losing the weight makes it a heck of a lot easier to run the bases at wiffle ball than it does being almost 500 pounds. So you get a little bit of mental freedom, I guess. You can eat and still play. Whereas like a year ago, you can't do that, right? You can't eat because then you're so full, because a year ago we would have ate 2 racks of ribs and who knows what.
2 racks of ribs and we would have took a nap on the couch. We'd have been done with.
Yeah, and then the kids are out there, doing cheer stunts or whatever without us. But so, that goes into tying into how do you enjoy a cookout holiday without ruining progress? And I think we kind of touched on it just a hair about moderation. I think moderation's probably the key. In my eyes, moderation's probably the key.
Yeah, I definitely think moderation is where you have to go. And I don't even necessarily know if you have to say moderation, because I work so hard that I almost feel like it's okay for me to eat that. Okay, so 5 times out of a year, or however many holidays there is in a year, I think it's okay for me to splurge on the holiday.
Yeah.
And it's typically one day. Like I'm not 4th of July was on Saturday. It didn't bleed into Sunday.
It did for me. It did for me.
Okay. Well, and there's nothing wrong either with that, though. Going 2 days versus if it bleeds in the rest of this week, then we might have a problem.
Well, no, but that's where we talk about, like, Saturday led into Sunday, right? And Saturday I didn't eat. I was at your house. I had a hamburger, had little things here and there. But then Sunday, Mom and Dad cooked. But
so
Monday,
I guess mine did
yours kind of bled into
Yeah, bled in Sunday too. But I guess
Monday,
for lunch I didn't.
Yeah, but Monday, I was right back at the gym at noon. I hit the gym, went to work out. I've ate great all day. I drank a lot of water today. Yeah. I didn't let the weekend define how my Monday, right? Because in the past, we would have said, well, we'll just get going.
I ate Saturday, Sunday. I'll start next Monday, but I'll let all the bad food, I'll continue to eat bad the rest of this week.
And that's how the whole process about eating one bad meal, and in me and Brandon's case, maybe Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But you just can't let it bleed over. Can't let it bleed over to the next day. I don't know what I'm eating tonight, but I know that I worked out. I drink a lot of water. Something tonight's going to be healthy.
Well, you ate out. Now you can eat whatever you want now.
Yeah, but see that's where you go down the path of bad choices. So, we'll do a little tie-in for food here too. We're going to do a best cookout food draft, and I would say cookout 4th of July. We're going to eliminate Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. Let's just do 4th of July. Give me like your 3 to 5 best foods.
4th of July. Well, we can start with yesterday's meal. Can't ever go wrong with some ribs. Mm-hmm. I think, and also that is my birthday choice meal that my dad makes for me every year. So ribs are always number one in my eyes for, if we're going to do, just grilling out. Mm-hmm. Then I'll throw in a good little hamburger. Give me a good pattied out hamburger, not what I fed y'all on Saturday, not a little Bubba burger.
A little pre-made burger.
Yeah. I'm talking about a good pattied out, throw some little onion mix in there, a little Hellman's mayonnaise. Shout out to Hellman on that one. Sponsor this podcast if you want to.
Send us some free mayonnaise.
I hate mayonnaise, actually. Well. But I think that's 2. And then, dude, you ain't leaving out no sides on that. So you got to throw in the mac and cheese. And then I'll give you a 4th one because Mom's potato salad always be banging. So I'd give those are probably top 4. I don't really care much about a hot dog, but ribs and hamburgers probably my 2 top.
Yeah, I would have to go. I think 4th of July, I think barbecue's always like a go-to. Always. So I'm with you on ribs. I just think I have to do because I'm telling you, Brunswick stew is my jam. I mean, it is.
Yeah, that is a good one.
I could eat Brunswick stew over anything. So my number 1 is Brunswick stew, but then I'm going to have to agree with you. Ribs would be my number 2. You're going to hear us talk a lot about my mama's cooking, and if or our mama's cooking, I should say. If you don't agree or if you think we're lying, come over on a holiday.
Yeah.
Come
ain't
over
even got to be
a
a holiday because she does a lot of times she does Sunday dinners. Yeah. So you're like, hey, your mom's cooking.
Yeah. Come check out the mac and cheese. I'm going to put it number 3, just because we have it all the time, and I'd be willing to say there's not many mac and cheeses better. And like I said, come check it out.
And when we talk about our mom's cooking, like she's probably like your ultimate like Southern good home cooking meals. Like we're not talking, something crazy. We're talking we're talking your good homemade macaroni and cheese. Everything she typically makes is pretty much homemade. So, I mean, it's your good Southern homemade meals that when we talk about mom's cooking.
And then if I had to round out a top 5, which me and you are agreeing too much here, but potato salad, potato salad's going to be number 4. And then the banana pudding has got to be number 5. I think you got to have a dessert. In there.
Yeah, dessert. Although a good warm hot peach or apple cobbler with some ice cream, I'll throw that in there.
Yeah, that's not a bad one either. Banana pudding's just God.
But this is just our 4th of July edition here. I mean, there's a lot of good meals we could go down and probably rank 1 through 5. But
yeah, let's wait till
we'll
Thanksgiving and Christmas. We'll run through those again. But so talking about all that food, why me, you, everybody? Why do people overeat on holidays?
I mean, when you got good food in front of you and you don't put it down that often because you're healthy or being healthy or even just normal people, I just think you don't get that food all the time, so you just devour it.
Yeah.
If that's even the word I'm
devour.
Devour.
But it's hard.
Devour. Devour. It don't matter.
It's all the same. Everybody knew what you were talking about, but and I'm the same way. Brandon touched on it earlier. You get like when you're talking eating, you get like 4 holidays. I'm going to say.
I'm not even sure.
I mean, you get 4th of July, Memorial Day, maybe, but Easter, Thanksgiving,
I mean, your big ones.
Christmas.
I'm not like Memorial Day. I'm not even sure we really do a full-on cookout thing for Memorial Day. It ain't like 4th of July.
Yes. So I would say you get 4. Let's say 4 main holidays to eat. And if those are the 4 holidays, if I got 4 days, we'll say 8, because maybe that tails into a Saturday and a Sunday or something. But 8 days a year to just hammer legit food.
Which
8 out
bad.
of 365. Right?
Yeah.
8 out of 365.
And then you can still have your cheat meal.
Yeah, that leaves
cheat
you
meals.
347 days to eat normal.
Yeah.
Just give me 8.
Dude, I mean, I'm happy 8. Give me friggin' 40.
Yeah.
Out of 365. Like, I'm okay with that.
And we'll tie this into the next little question I have for Brandon. But as far as going back to overeating on holidays, I think people tend to, and I know I do, like, 4th of July is coming up. So I'm going to work out hard, extra hard, Monday through Friday, and then just pound food for the weekend.
Pound 9 bowls of stew.
That's just a big guy mentality. That's what we're going to do. And then, as long as you get back on it, you're all right. But tying into the overeating, using food, and I think a lot of people do this, but I personally don't like it. I think it creates bad habits, but using food as a reward. Is that a bad thing, a good thing? What do you think?
I mean, me personally, I think it can be a good thing, but a bad thing. And I know it sounds crazy because I'm on both sides of the fence here on it, because if you're using food as a reward, like, let's say you've gone a few months and then you're like, hey, I want to reward myself, then I think that's okay. I think it's bad to reward yourself if you're every week. Like, hey, I'm gonna go hard this week, so I'm gonna reward myself and eat all weekend and eat bad. And then you do that every week, which you're not gaining any progress here, but it's almost like everything you're doing during that week, you just lost, because you're like, hey, I'm going to work out hard. And even you may work out on Friday, but you may go to the bar Friday night, hammer down some beers and wings or whatever, pizza, whatever, and then do the same thing Saturday and Sunday and be like, well, I worked out hard, so I deserve this food.
But in all reality, everything you just
did, you just
blew it,
pissed
slap
out the window.
You blew it, slap out the window.
So I think sometimes it's fine to reward yourself. I think if you go a month or whatever, I think it's fine. And like even me is, you're talking about, I do a cheat meal every week, but that's not my reward though. Like I'm not rewarding myself for it. I just need something different.
Yeah.
But you can't just reward yourself and be like, I'm going to blow out the whole weekend.
Yeah. And I think I'm kind of in the same boat as you, where I think it depends on the reward. Like, if I work out all week and everybody wants to go to, Lord knows we talk about this a lot, everybody wants to go to Taco Mat and get wings, I will go and get wings, but I'll only have 6. I'm not going to have 20. So I think it's okay to reward as long as you're not hammering 4 double cheeseburgers and 2 fries and a milkshake, and you're just blowing it slap out of the water. If you keep it, which we've already talked about, in moderation, I think you're okay, or at least I have been. I know Brandon has been.
Yeah.
But I think rewarding yourself, like, just give yourself a meal in moderation, not a whole daggone weekend. Not breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday and Sunday.
And then honestly, like me personally, is what I feel like is, if I ever do something like that, then I feel bad, because then I feel like I got to work double hard the next week because I just loaded everything on me that weekend.
Yeah.
Instead of eating in moderation or having one cheat meal and blowing my whole weekend or my whole work week out.
Yeah.
Now, if I end up freaking doubling up, tripling up on the weekend, then I feel like I got to double up the following week, and I don't want to do that. I already worked hard enough.
Yeah. It's all about moderation. At the end of the day, it's just about, you can still eat what you want. on holidays and whatever.
And
just
it's the
keep
same
it on moderation.
And I know everybody's different between me and you. I do tend to eat a little bit healthier, but they also say, like, you can eat what you want when you're working out or whatever, as long as you eat it in moderations during the week.
Yeah.
As long as you're not overeating, then you're fine.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about how you want to approach it and eat versus, like, my approach is I'm going to eat healthy every day and then I take a cheat meal. Some people just eat whatever all the time, but just take it in moderation.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily have – we typically, as a family, we eat pretty healthy Monday to Friday. We try to cook at home Monday to Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, we just kind of eat whatever.
Yeah.
Not necessarily – I should say dinner, because breakfast and lunch we'll eat at home, but dinner we typically go out.
Yep.
And I am going to eat. I'm going to eat, and I am going to have a few beers. But then Sunday I may just it's going back to it. It sounds redundant, but moderation. It's not eating everything at the table. It's just I'm going out to eat, and I'll eat what I want, but it's in a smaller scale.
Yeah, for me, I feel like it's like for you. You say Friday you're still eating healthy. For us, it's like Friday I still work out at the gym, and then Friday night, usually sometimes I veer off and have a cheat meal on Friday, Saturday, and then I'm back together on Sunday. But it depends on how my weekend goes, and then on top of that, I guess it depends on if Mom's cooking on Sunday or not, because if I know Mom's cooking on Sunday, then I know my whole weekend just got blown out. But yeah, I mean, Fridays it varies for us on if we're going to eat healthy or not.
Yeah, and I mean, Friday's the same way. We try to do it at home, but a lot of times Friday, Lauren, no, you want to go out to eat, whatever, usually Mexican or something.
Well, and and typically too, like for us, like when we start hitting the fall is our busiest season because we got football, we got cheerleading, we got everything going on, and everything seems to happen on Friday nights because the Nets coach, so we have Friday night football, and then by the time we get home, it's like 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's like, defend for yourself.
Yeah, which is different for me because Fridays is usually my off day because I coach football Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Abigail typically plays softball Monday to Thursday. And then Fridays, we can usually be at home if we want, unless we're going to the North football game or whatever. Tate wants to go to the football game. But then if that don't happen, we'll eat at home. But then Saturdays, we usually have Tate has a football game, Kiki has to cheer, and then everybody wants to go out to eat after. And then Sunday, maybe Mom cooks, but, there again, we're just
don't never know. Sometimes we just on the fly.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, there's that ties in perfectly about, we talked about it last week. We wanted to touch about it on this week because of 4th of July, but progress over perfection, because I think that rolls right into it. Like, just because you have a bad weekend doesn't mean you can't go on Monday and start making that progress back again. You don't have to be perfect every single week and every single day to make progress.
No, I mean you don't have to be perfect every day.
Yeah.
You just got to be active.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be bad one day, you just got to know you got to make it up the next day.
Yeah.
Do right, or the next meal, do right. Like you can't keep falling in the trap like we've been saying in this podcast. You can't keep falling in the trap and keep saying, okay, well, I did bad today. I got to do, I might as well just do bad tomorrow, and I'll start over on Monday, which back to our chasing Mondays or whatever. Or I'll eat bad the next 2 days, but I'll get right on Thursday, Brian, or I'm going to get right on Friday.
Yeah.
Like, that's when you start falling into that trap.
Well, because even like this, this past weekend, Friday, off of work, still went and hit 9 a.m. burn, and then Saturday, I'm not going to lie, didn't go to burn Saturday morning. Lauren did go to burn, but I was like, I ain't going to burn on Saturday morning. But then right back out at it on Monday. So the progress, you always got to quit thinking about perfection and just think about progress is my whole thing.
And it's never easy. Like we talk about perfection, but it's not. I mean, it's never easy for me and you. It's never perfection for me. I may go over my calorie count every other day. I mean, it just depends on how my week goes and what I got going on. But I never just give up. Like, I'm still going to the gym. I'm still doing what I can do. I never just completely just give up and say, all right, well, I'm done. And that's what that's what I would have done back then. I said I ate a few bad days and been done. I would have never showed up to the gym. But I'll tell you, and I tell a lot of people this, and my opinion may be different than from others, but for me, it's easier for me to work out and show up to work out than it is for me to eat. Eat clean, should I say. Like, me going to the gym, I love going to the gym, either for the camaraderie or even talking to people. Like, me going to the gym's fun. Like it's kind of like my out to get away from things and me be happy. But sitting at home, you got all the food in front of you. That's what's the hardest for me, is trying to eat right. So it's never perfect for me. I mean, don't anybody ever get it twisted that, I lost a lot of weight, but it's never easy and it's never perfect for me.
And the other thing I think people, because I don't know about guys, I know women do, but I think guys do as well. You can't compare yourself to others, right? Brandon's perfect is different than my perfect. Brandon's progress is different than my progress, right? Where maybe I'm trying to lose 2 pounds a week, maybe Brandon's just trying to maintain. So he's at a different point than I am. So where I'm trying to eat, 1,700 calories a day, Brandon's trying to eat 2,700 calories a day because he's trying to bulk. I'm not in that phase. So me trying to compare to Brandon is dumb, because I'm like, well, daggone, if Brandon can eat 2,700 calories a day, why can't I? Well, because I'm still trying to cut. And Brandon's trying to bulk, get bigger muscles. So he's trying to get that protein up and
trying to be like Hulk. Well, let's go.
He's trying to get everything up. So you can't. Everybody. I guess the whole point of that is everybody is
different,
individual.
You
can't compare yourself to somebody else.
And that's how it always is. And when people ask me all the time for advice, and I'm like, I can give you the advice, but what I'm doing may be complete opposite of what you're trying to do. Like, same with Brian was sitting here saying, like, he's still in the cut phase. And, I mean, I am about to start a cut phase again because I'm trying to get my muscles to show a little bit. So I'm about to get back in the cut phase. But I was in a bulking / maintaining stage is what I've been in the last, I don't know, 5-6 months. And not to mention that everybody always says, like you only want to be in a cut or cut deficit for so long, because it's not always healthy for you to be in that deficit. So I switched things up and even gained a few pounds from switching things up just from trying to bulk and all that. But now I'm about to turn it on.
And
may even track it.
And I've been in the deficit because that's what I'm still trying to do, is lose weight. But like I said, I can't stress it enough that don't compare yourself to your neighbor. Don't compare yourself to your brother. Don't compare yourself to whoever. Just do what works for you, and you'll end up all right.
Nobody's the same.
So two little funny things here. If calories didn't count for a day, Brandon, what are you eating?
If calories didn't count for a single day, can I do like a full course meal here?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. No calories.
No calories. Well, I'm going to start off with the appetizer.
Okay.
My appetizer is probably going to be queso. Queso would be the first thing I do.
Two things of chips, one thing's of chips. How many baskets of chips you going through there.
Till the queso's gone, baby. Till the queso's gone. Trust me, fat me can put down a whole large bowl of queso and not even.
Jalapenos? No jalapenos.
Yeah, we're doing no jalapenos.
Right.
I can do jalapenos, but I prefer no jalapenos. Right. I have to get jalapenos on the wife. And then, as always, you know where it is. Take me down there, Taco Mac. Get me those 20 hot wings, extra saucy.
There we go.
What do they say? Swimming.
Swimming.
I want them suckers swimming. And I want about 5 ranches.
It's about 300 calories for a 2 ounce.
Dude, I don't care. We said no calories or counting.
All right.
And then after that, and we're going to add beer in there because we're going to want a couple of ultras in there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing on by my Chili's and get my molten lava cake.
So you hit multiple restaurants.
Yeah. This is a no-calorie day. Like, we ain't just doing one, brother. Yeah, we're going to swing on down there and get us a molten lava cake, and then we're going to head on to the house.
Well, I don't know. This is a tough one. It really is, because no calories. I could pick a lot of terrible foods, but I'm thinking about what's also awesome. And I would say appetizer for me. We typically get this at our fantasy football draft when we had it in an old spot, but fried mac and cheese balls. That is a solid appetizer. A meal. I would say wings, but I'm going to go different than Brandon because he said wings. Here we go again with this, but my mom's meatloaf, man, I promise you.
Meatloaf.
I could hammer a pan. And if I'm not if I'm not eating a pan of meatloaf, give me a pan of lasagna.
Oh.
I could hammer a pan of lasagna. Probably couldn't right now, but I feel like I could. And then dessert. I'm not a huge dessert guy, but just because it's been so fresh on my mind the last 2 weekends, I would have to say banana pudding.
Knew you were. I knew your fat butt was going to say banana pudding.
I would have to
honestly,
say that.
I would have if Mom didn't make such a good banana pudding, I would never even say banana pudding. But it would would have to be my mom's banana pudding. I don't even know if anybody else even makes it. I had it from somewhere else the other day, and it was god awful from a restaurant. But Mom's, man.
Yeah. All right, real quick. You got to answer this within 5 seconds. How many hot dogs can you eat?
7.
7? I'm going to say I could eat buns and all.
Buns and all.
It depends on the time, but I could hammer 15 hot dogs.
15.
Yeah.
15 hot dogs.
A hot dog's like 3 bites.
Right. 15 regular hot
onions.
dogs, bun. Are we talking plain and bread? That's it? Like the.
What, mustard? Let me put some mustard on there.
Brian, I would. Let's get this on video. I need to see you hammer down.
We can do a hot. I mean, it's the same thing.
15.
Like, me and Brandon have talked about this before. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this on social media. But the 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, in 9 innings at a baseball game. Could you do it?
9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd hammer that.
I think so too. So you just said you could only eat 7.
But you're talking about in a span of a baseball game, dude. I'm talking about sitting down at dinner. How many can you hammer? I'm not talking about. You're talking about a baseball game.
Well,
how long is a baseball game?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the time limit's a big thing.
But
that's what I'm saying. If we're sitting down at dinner.
Brian, I put 9 beers down at the pool in an hour, so I'm not worried about that.
I feel like I could still eat 10 hot dogs.
Oh, now we're backing off now.
No, if we're talking about just a dinner period, if you give me
dinner, you think so, that's
you
still
give me
like 10,
20.
Let's say 30 minutes. 30 minutes for dinner.
30 minutes, I could minimum eat 12 hot dogs.
I need to see this on video.
Hey, maybe
I think our viewers would like to see that.
maybe besides the race, we'll do a little hot dog.
No,
eating
we got to
competition.
do the. Speaking of the race, have you been running?
I haven't ran, but I'm ready to run.
You're ready to get smoked, is what you're saying.
Not even close.
So you want to do 12 hot dogs and a run?
Not in the same day.
Not together.
I don't want to eat 12 hot dogs and then run.
All 12 of them would come back up.
Yeah, but yes, I'm pretty sure I could eat 10 hot dogs, Brandon.
Oh, well. All right. Well, I look forward to this 12 hot dogs because I don't think you could do it. All right. Well, we're going to get to our overrated, underrated segment. This segment's brought to you by Power Washing by Chris. Give him a call for all your pressure washing needs. You can do your house, driveway, sidewalks, fences, porches, or gutters. You also can find him on his own social media at Power Washing by Chris on Facebook. Or you can give him a call at 678-605-6565. You can also find him on all of our social medias as we advertise them on there as well. But the first one we got this week is all this is kind of tied into our 4th of July as well. So fireworks. And this, fireworks.
I mean, I'm going to say that fireworks are, I hate giving a two-part answer, but fireworks for me personally are overrated. I've seen them for 40 years. I know what a fire looks like. I mean, a firework looks like.
You can see the videos on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, everybody posts them on their story. You can see them from every city in the state of Georgia. But I'm going to say overrated, but I still think the kids like fireworks. So they're still young. For them, probably underrated. For me, I got to say overrated. I've seen them too many times.
Kids, underrated for sure. For me, overrated, dude. When it comes to 4th of July, dude, they were shooting them off Friday. They were shooting them off on Saturday. Mm-hmm. They were shooting them off on Sunday. And I wouldn't be surprised tonight if I don't hear more. Dude, it's overrated. I'm tired of hearing fireworks. If you gave me just one day of fireworks, fine. But in the neighborhood, I got to hear them for a whole week. I think it's overrated to the max.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Sugar-free barbecue sauce.
So, used to, I would say overrated, but there's a couple out there now that, God Almighty, I can't even think of the Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's has a good one.
Nah, no shot.
There's one other one I can't even think of the name, but there's 2 good sugar-free barbecue sauces. So I would say underrated. There's at least 2 good ones.
Nope. There's not a single good one. Overrated. If it ain't the real thing, I don't want it. I did the whole sugar-free barbecue sauce when I was like really hammering down, trying to get the weight down. And I ate it. Was it good? Nah. But I mean, it was good enough to get by with. But it's overrated. It's the same thing as sugar-free candy or sugar-free popsicle or ice cream. Give me the real thing. I don't want this sugar-free barbecue sauce. I did a video of this last week. This is a shout out to my boy Nick. Me and him got to talk about it at the gym. And so black coffee.
Black coffee is underrated. People can call it what they want, bean, water, whatever they want. If you're not drinking black coffee, then you're not drinking coffee. You can say what you want. If you want to put creamer in it, you want to put sugar-free creamer in it, you want to put sugar in it, whatever you want to put, that ain't coffee. Black coffee is coffee. Black coffee is underrated. Don't put milk, don't put sugar, don't put nothing in it. Black coffee put a little hair on your chest, Brandon.
Well, Brian, right now I ain't really care about putting hair on my chest because I got to have a little bit of creamer in there. There ain't no black coffee out there. Even, once again, going reference back to losing weight was the only 2 coffees I could take down black, and I don't even know if you call it black because it's medium roast or whatever, but black, is McDonald's and medium roast at Dunkin' Donuts. And even then, I got to take it in moderation because I'll puke my brains out. But it's overrated to the max. Just put a little something in there, get it tasting halfway decent. I always tell Brian all the time is black coffee is like you got to acquire the taste just like beer. I used to hate beer until I acquired the taste. And I ain't.
If you're not drinking black coffee, you might as well eat boneless chicken wings too, Brandon.
All right. You got it there, folks. Fruit with tahine on it. Or watermelon or pineapple.
Whatever.
I mean, there's really not any other fruit that I would put with it, but
so I haven't tried anything but watermelon and pineapple. But for anybody living in the South, I don't know who all listens to us, but in the South, you can now go to Publix and get a watermelon cup, or you can get a pineapple cup, and they have tahine at the top that you can dump in there and shake up. Watermelon and pineapple with tahine is underrated. It is unbelievably awesome. You got to try it.
that's crazy to me because I live in the South and I've yet to see that. Mm-hmm. And matter of fact, this weekend I was looking at watermelon and didn't see no tahine on the top. I don't know where you get that from, but I'm old school. If I'm going to put anything on it, I'll throw some salt or something on it, but I'm not putting no tahine on my fruit.
You're missing out.
Disgusting. Overrated. Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Mr. I'll eat 12 hot dogs.
I could probably eat 12 hot dogs, but I still think that I've seen it so many years, a little bit overrated in my opinion. I mean, eating 71 hot dogs or 69 or 75, whatever the heck he does, Joey Chestnut does.
Yeah, I think he ate 66 this time.
66.
He blamed it on the heat wave,
I was
he
gonna
said.
say, so it went down a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was shooting for 70, but he said he felt like the heat and everything might have.
There's no way that somebody eats 66 hot dogs. You can't tell me he's not throwing up.
He ain't. Do you see him throwing up?
When he walks backstage, dude is throwing up all those hot dogs.
You think you wouldn't throw up eating 12?
No, I don't. But I also couldn't eat a wet bun. They like to dip it in the water. Overrated.
What's different? You like soggy cereal. What's the difference?
No, I don't need a soggy bun. Overrated. Nathan's hot dog. Overrated.
Man, I love watching it. The only thing I wish was Joey Chestnut didn't win every year. Maybe somebody gave him some competition. I don't even know who was the closest that came to him this year, but it just seems like this dude's won it every year, and the only time he hasn't won it is either when he couldn't compete or he, wasn't in the contest. Other than that dude's winning every year, but I still like watching it. Underrated. Cornhole, playing cornhole.
I mean, I'd say underrated. I think a lot of people would say underrated. Cornhole is a great game. Doesn't have to be on 4th of July. It can be any during the fall football season. It can be any time. Cornhole is a great game. Underrated.
Underrated for me too. Cornhole. I'm always down smacking somebody. Smack Brian a few times. As long as you give me a halfway decent partner and a few beers.
It's always the partner. Brandon's got to have a good partner.
Underrated. 4th of July theme outfits.
So I would I would normally say overrated, but I saw a couple people, Brandon, and I wish I would have thought about this this weekend, but some good old American flag short overalls, like not the long overalls, but the shorts, I think I could have rocked that this weekend. So I'm going to say underrated, because if I can find a pair next year, you best believe I'm wearing American flag overalls.
On the lake or to a cookout?
Anywhere. Your house, the lake, don't matter. I'll wear them all day.
My boy down there at Dockside, Sean, he had him a nice pair of overall. Mm-hmm. They did look pretty good. But, bro, that's overrated. I don't care about that. Dude, just show up. Show up. Let's have a good time. I don't care what you're dressed in. Just show up. We already know what we're there for. Just show up.
Well, it's still being a little festive, Brandon.
Overrated.
Little festive.
Yeah, I'm festive when I'm pounding my Budweisers. No, I don't even drink. I don't even drink. I don't even drink Budweiser, but it was worth a mention. Drone fireworks show.
So I haven't seen any of these in person. I've only seen videos online, but I would probably say underrated because I think I would rather watch a good drone show than a fireworks show. Maybe because it's something new. Because I haven't seen it, I'm not sure, but I know they look freaking legit, so I'm going to say underrated.
Yeah, I'm underrated too. I seen a video of a drone on Instagram. It looked pretty freaking sweet. I don't know how long they would last or whatever, but if it could last as long as a fireworks show, I think it'd be underrated, but they look pretty sweet. New, I ain't seen one other than on videos, but definitely underrated, I think. We're going to get in this topic in a little later, but transfer portal.
I think that's a big topic, and I think it depends on the rules. I'm going to say the transfer portal right now, as everything sets, is overrated. I know everybody's going to say, well, the coaches can leave and this kid can leave and whatever, and I know they set some new rules in place, but I just like the old days when kids wanted to go to Georgia or wanted to go to Alabama because that was their home school. Now it's all about the money, and they go to Georgia for a year, and then Tennessee offers them another 100,000 more, and they can just transfer and go. So I'm gonna say overrated.
Yeah, I'm overrated too, but I'll a little bit kind of save my opinion for when we talk about in the sports segment. Super teams and basketball, NBA, and you're talking about like back then when it was like, well, it's not even back then. It's any super team now. Everybody's got super teams.
I'm gonna also say overrated just because I do like a little bit of parity when it comes to sports. Don't get me wrong. I want my teams to win every year, but I do like a little bit of parity. I mean, it showed up in college football this year with Indiana, winning it because of the rules. Unfortunately, in the NBA, you got teams who don't want to spend the amount of money. They could spend the money, they don't want to. But you start creating 3 to 4 super teams, and it's the same teams over and over and over. I'd like a little bit more parity, so I'd say super teams is overrated.
Yeah. I go with overrated as well. I mean, dude, I'd rather see LeBron trying to win it by himself or Steph Curry, win it by himself. I don't really care about having 3 dudes or 4 dudes make up a team. Like you said, you're going to see the same teams every year, and usually there's either a falling out because, you got too many superstars or it don't even work out. But, I mean, I'd rather see stars single themselves out and make it work.
Yeah, with other non-superstars.
We should going to try a different segment this go around for 4th of July. We're something special. It's not something we're going to do every week, but segment is called Would You Rather, and this is just quick answers. So the first one we got is win 1 Super Bowl or win 2 natties. And that could be, Atlanta Falcons winning a Super Bowl versus Georgia getting another 2 natties.
So not me. You're talking my teams. Okay. All right. So if it was, I'll answer it real quick. If it was me, I'd rather win a Super Bowl 1 time than 2 natties. If it's my team, I cheer for Georgia a little more than I do the Falcons. I'd rather see 2 more natties than 1 Super Bowl.
All right, since we're going to go that route, for me, probably same thing. I'd probably do 1 Super Bowl and then win 2 natties. I feel like Super Bowl is just like the ultimate. It's
like the highest of the
highest pinnacle.
Yeah.
Now if we're talking teams, yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Georgia fan. I think everybody knows. Everybody knows that me and Brian are huge Georgia fans. I'll take 2 natties over the Falcons winning 1 Super Bowl all day.
Yep.
Our next one is front row seats to the Super Bowl or front row seats to Game 7 of the World Series.
Oh man, you can't get much harder than that. That's a hard question. If it's the Braves in the World Series and they're Game 7, then I'm taking the Braves. Just solely, and I love football. I do love football, but I love the Braves more than I do the Falcons, so I have to go. And we've been to, playoff games and everything like that. Braves, Game 7, that's me.
What about, okay, since you're just saying Falcons and Braves, would there be another team you'd want to go sit in front row of the Super Bowl?
Not necessarily Super Bowl, but maybe controversial. If Georgia was in the national championship and somebody offered me front row tickets, I'd go to the Georgia game over the Braves game.
Whew, man, that is rough. I mean, man, I didn't even think about it. That's what I should have wrote down was front row seats to the national championship or front row seats to Game 7 of the World Series.
Well, so just do that because we already know Falcons is your 3. You got front row tickets, Game 7 of the Braves, or front row natty tickets. Where are you going?
Dang. I haven't done neither one of them before. That's the hard part, and I feel like I've seen Georgia win more, but I've both seen them both win. I've seen Georgia win 2 natties. I've seen the Braves win 2 World Series in my lifetime. Man, but Braves game World Series Game 7, man, that's hard. Man, you know what? Give me the World Series Game 7 front row with the Braves. I'll take it. I love Georgia, don't get me wrong, but man, I don't know. Game 7 of the World Series, the atmosphere there, man, that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah. Especially if it was at home. Yeah. At Truist.
Yeah.
It would be wild.
All right, you as a person, would you rather hit a walk-off home run or score a game-winning touchdown, let's say, in the national championship? or we could do walk-off in the walk-off World Series or score a touchdown for a national title.
This is easy.
Or Super Bowl.
This is an easy one for me solely because I coach baseball and I like seeing celebrations. I want to hit a walk-off in Game 7 of the World Series. And I'm a bat flip to the 3rd row. To the 3rd level, and I'm going to dance the whole way around the bases.
And then get clothesline, you get the home plate.
That's fine, but the ball game, I'm World Series champion.
Oh, man. I mean, I love to do that too, but, man, winning let's just say Super Bowl, scoring game-winning touchdown, you want me to hit the dirty bird? I got you in the end zone, whatever you want me to do. But I think a touchdown would be pretty sweet to win it all. All right, here's a really good one, which is it's very kind of controversial too, because, I mean, if you want to bring up like Matt Ryan, and this is a good one. Would you rather be a Hall of Famer with no championship, or would you rather be a champion? Would you rather be a champion with an average career?
So I'm only basing this off of what I think. I don't know this to be true, but I think I would rather be a Hall of Famer without a championship than a champion with an average career. Solely because I think once you're in the Hall of Fame, I think everything's different. I think you're treated differently. I think you can, you're always in everything football where you got, maybe people who have won championships but aren't a Hall of Famer. They're not in that club. They're not getting things that Hall of Famers get. I think once you're in the Hall of Fame, you're on a whole nother level. So I want to be a Hall of Famer without a championship. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and I feel like your name you're in the hall. Yeah, it carries on. Like you're just a champion with an average career. I mean, who
never dies.
I mean, I guess it just depends. Do you want the ring or do you want to be in the Hall of Fame and just never win a championship? I'd rather my name get carried on in the Hall of Fame and all the perks that come with that than be a champion with an average career.
Yep, 100%. Well, that wraps it up with that little special segment. We're going to do a little quick. Brandon wanted to touch on little sports here. Talk about the transfer. The transfer rule. Where you stand, Brandon?
So the transfer rule for me is, I'm not really for the transfer rule. If you want to transfer 1 year, I'm fine with it. But transferring 4 years to get paid more, which I get, it's about the players and them getting paid, blah blah blah. But dude, you got to put your time into, and I don't really think it's fair that, it don't even have to be Georgia. It can be anywhere. Like they put in the time to develop you, and then you take your talents elsewhere for 4 or 5 years. Maybe there needs to be a contract involved. I don't know, but I mean, at some point, like we can't just keep transferring out every single year to go somewhere better or because, whatever. I think you should get one free pass and that's it.
But what about, playing devil's advocate? Because I'm kind of on the same page, but I also see it this way too. Devil's advocate, you've been there 2 years and you want to be there and develop, and then Kirby leaves.
Well, and that's where I think, some special rules got to come in, because obviously you're there for that coach. Now, I get that if your coach leaves, then, new coach may come in, you may not like it. And I think that's fine. I think that's, there's got to be special rules in place for stuff like that. But I'm specifically talking about the guys that every year got to get either get paid more or got to get better, or they just don't like their situation. Now, like I said, if a new coach comes in or whatever, then I think that's fine. You should be able to transfer out, because you're not. I mean, you may not even fit their scheme anymore. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think you should still be able to get that chance to transfer out. But I don't think you should just be able to transfer freely for 4 years and go wherever you want to.
Yeah, I agree. And I would used to say that, and I guess there's still a little difference on coaches and players, but, I think if the coach has to sign a contract, I think the kids need to sign a contract as well. I'm not saying it has to be a 4 year, but I think you at least got to give me, because now you got the 5 years, because they're doing the whole extra year eligibility. So you got 5 years. You got to give me at least a 2 year and see, because you don't know if you come in as a freshman. You may still be this scrawny dude, but you get into Georgia's workout program. Next thing you know, your sophomore year, you're jacked. You're 6'4", 245-pound middle linebacker. You may not want to go nowhere. Whereas after your freshman year, you may have said, "Well, I ain't played one down. I want to go." I think there's got to be some kind of contract, and I don't know the years. I would say 2. And now maybe with 5 years, maybe it's 3.
Yeah.
Since that's a little over half your career. But I also think with the transfer rules, there needs to be limitations on money. I think that if you sign a $5 million deal, not saying they don't get paid, but some of that I believe needs to be based on graduation or completing your 4 years. You get $3 million over 4 years, and then you get $2 million after you graduate or whatever. $3 million, $1 million a year for 3 years is plenty of money for a college athlete.
Oh,
on top of free books and free tuition,
and
so.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Our next little thing I kind of wanted to talk with Brian about was, analytics. Is it playing too much in sports? I mean, what do you think? I mean, now, like a lot of things now, especially like baseball or like Georgia, for instance, kicking an onside kick or whatever, a lot of things is based off analytics now.
And I still, I mean, even at the 10U baseball level, right? I'm still looking at stats and looking at numbers and walk rate and on base percentage. I'm still looking at all kind of numbers. But at the end of the day, and maybe it's old school, but I still think you have to go by your gut.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to go by your gut and what you're feeling, what you think, who you need to pitch, who you need to let run the ball, who you need to be quarterback. You got to go a little gut feeling. It can't be all based on numbers because sometimes numbers are wrong. I mean, people say numbers don't lie, but in some situations, numbers do lie.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't remember. I can't pinpoint it down to right now, but I remember in the season Georgia went for 2 like early on, and I mean, it either almost cost us or cost us, and it was like, and it was all an analytics thing. If you just would have, I think we ended up winning the game, but had they just went for a regular field goal, you'd have won by 1. And I and it was all just based off analytics. And it's like sometimes you just can't. Analytics ain't always right.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Sometimes you got to go by your gut.
And once again, y'all, once football season picks up, our sports talk's going to pick up more because we're going to be more talking about college football and NFL because we do fantasy football stuff too. So when football season picks up, we're really probably going to start gearing a lot more towards football. We'll probably still do half and half, but football is really big to us. So there'll probably be a lot of discussion
and
about
postseason baseball.
Yeah, and postseason baseball. Yeah. So things are going to kick up. We're getting close to football season, so sports are really about to pick up for us here. If you're, if a lot of you listeners listen to us for sports, it's going to pick up. Also, we would like to let y'all know next week we're going to do a giveaway on the show again. We're going to do a $100 gift card. We're going to release that tomorrow, and you can figure out on our social medias on how to
Visa gift card.
Yes,
so
a Visa.
Spend it wherever.
Spend it wherever you want to go, whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna do that for the next show, so we'll release that tomorrow. If you like our podcasts, follow, subscribe it wherever you guys listen at. Man, y'all have no idea how much it goes a long way if you guys just give us a 5-star rating or rate us bad. If you could rate us good, it goes a long way. Also follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I post a lot. I know some people are probably like, man, this dude posts too much, but we're just trying to get the word out there about 2 guys down 200 pounds, trying to grow this platform. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. I think we're pretty close, like in the 850 or 890s right now.
Yep.
So help us out. But that's it for us.
Yeah, that's it. But one little last thing, 4th of July, talking about eating, you just got to remember, one burger doesn't ruin your progress. One bad weekend doesn't define your journey. Freedom isn't everything in sight. It's having the confidence to enjoy the life without food controlling you. So y'all keep that in mind. Enjoy life. And until next time,
see ya!